What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about something that you may not even care about that much, but to me it's a huge deal. And if you do very much traveling, it's a huge deal for you too. You know, take long trips. Like we go to Florida several times a year, and a comfortable steering wheel where you can get your hands comfortably on it in a comfortable situation or in a comfortable placement on the steering wheel for a long period of time means a huge deal to me. Because like I said, we're driving, 8, 9, even 12 hours sometimes. We very rarely cut the trip in half. It's usually just a straight trip. We don't stop and browse around anywhere. We may stop and grab something to eat, use the bathroom, get back in the car, and go. The total stop time, including gas and everything, is probably less than 30 minutes on a 12-hour trip. Because we eat in the car, we do everything, we don't lollygag. So a comfortable steering wheel where I can get my arm in a comfortable placement, or arms in a comfortable placement, depending on how you drive, is a huge deal. Because there's nothing worse than when you have to hold your arm in a strange, placement or situation or pose or something for a long period of time. Your arm really gets fatigued and stuff. So I want to turn the camera around and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the steering wheel. When I'm driving, I either have my hand up here, or this is the big part, because here's where the majority of the time that I have my hand, right here. My arm is low. It sits real low towards my lap, that way I'm not having to rest it up high or anything like that. I'm not having to use any extra muscles. I can just place it down here. Just the weight of my arm rests on my hand, and I can drive very long distances like this without any problem at all. This is how all steering wheels should be made. There's a lot of them that's not. I'll actually take a look at my other vehicles whenever we get back home and show you how they're made and what I like and don't like about them. But this placement right here is the best place for me to drive long distances, because like I said, my arm hangs low. There's no muscles being used at all other than just to move the steering wheel side to side. I'm not really using any kind of muscle strength to hold my arm up. So to me, this is the very best placement, and the Tundra has the very best steering wheel on the market, in my opinion, for long trips. It's also fat enough that when you put your hand on it, you're not wrapped plumb around it. You don't, it just fits your hand very nicely. And like I said, for an 8 to 12 hour trip, you don't really get fatigued when you're driving this vehicle. There's a lot of vehicles that whenever I drive that far, I can't get my hand or arm comfortable. I'm trying to set it up on the side of the door right here and stuff like that, and it just won't get comfortable. I also sometimes hook my thumb right here. It's the perfect spot to hook your thumb and drive. You can reach all your controls and stuff. To me, this is just the best laid out steering wheel on the market. So let me get back to the house and I'll show you what's in my Roush and what's in my Jeep and what I like and don't like about them. Okay, so we're in the Mustang now. I'm going to turn around and show you the steering wheel and what I don't like about it. I thought about actually measuring the circumference of these, but I don't think I'm going to. If you own a Tundra, you know what I mean. It's got a pretty fat steering wheel, and it just seems to fit my hand better than the skinnier steering wheels do. But let's get this turned around. I'll show you what I don't like about the Mustang steering wheel. Okay, so you can see right here, there definitely is no spot for me to put my hand. I have to put it like this. I kind of wedge my hand in. I definitely can't hold it like this. Now, I do hold it with my right hand over here sometimes, but when I'm driving left-handed, I hold it just like this right here. Now, this doesn't look bad, but on a long trip, there is a little bit of a sharp edge right here. And on a long trip, that kind of digs into your hand. Now, I've not drove this car over maybe 2 or 3 hour trip. But during that trip, I could tell my hand right here was starting to rub on this little hard seam. And the way I had it wedged in here and the way this right here is hard, it kind of dug into the bone on my finger as well. Now, I can still hold it up here like I do the truck, but the steering wheel is a skinnier steering wheel overall. It doesn't have that bulge right here, so you can actually rest your thumb on it or anything. It's just a solid round steering wheel, and but it's still comfortable to hold like this. But when I do that, my arm is straight out, and I kind of hold the weight of my arm on my hand and have to use my muscle as well in my arm to hold it up. So if you're driving for a long period of time, this is going to fatigue your arm. Now, like I said, it doesn't sound like much, but I don't know if I can get there. There's just a little sharp edge right here on the back. There's like a plastic piece. And like I said, where this is hard, it just kind of digs into your hand. So this is nowhere near as comfortable as the truck is for long trips as far as the steering wheel goes. So let's go take a look at the Jeep. Okay, so now we're in the Jeep. It's kind of more the same of the Mustang, but this is still a little bit more comfortable than the Mustang is. Let me get you turned around, show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can see right here, it is a fatter steering wheel. This is more about the diameter of the truck steering wheel. It fits my hand very well. There's still not that hump right here to kind of rest your thumb on to give you some relief. So the truck is still more comfortable as far as keeping your hand up here. I do want to say this does kind of contour right here. There is a little bit of a sharp edge right here. You can kind of see it right there, but that I don't really feel that when I drive, so I can kind of hold my hand like this, and that does kind of have a radius there that the Mustang doesn't have, but it still isn't as nice as the truck. So let's move down to my favorite driving position, and you can see I can't do it with this either. Now, like I said, this is more comfortable. There is an indentation right here, or it's made more to kind of fit your hand better. So it's not as bad as the Mustang and some other vehicles. Like my wife's car doesn't have the spot right there that I can put my hand either. This is more comfortable than her Civic as well. She's not home, or I'd show you the steering wheel on it. But it does ride better than that, but it's still not as nice as if this right here wasn't here and I could just set my hand right in the middle and just kind of relax it. But like I said, this is probably one of the second best steering wheels I've ever had, barring another one that doesn't have this. I think my F-150 had a hole here that I could set my hand in, but I don't think the steering wheel was as big around as it is in the Tundra, which makes the Tundra more comfortable than the F-150 was. But I do believe it had that spot, and I think that's the vehicle I actually got used to actually driving with my hand there. But other than steering wheels that are made like that, the Jeep one is probably the second most comfortable that I've ever owned. Okay, so there you have it. That's one reason that the Tundra is more comfortable to drive on long trips than any other vehicle I've ever owned. The steering wheel just fits my hand nicely. And I know that you all say, that's not a big deal. If you drive 8 to 12 hours straight, having a comfortable steering wheel is a huge deal. Your arm can get so fatigued driving that kind of distance, and having a comfy steering wheel and a comfy seat and stuff to go along with it. The seats in this thing is amazing. They're very, very comfortable, but the steering wheel is one of the best I've ever owned in any vehicle. I know that seems minor, but like I said, if you travel a lot, that's a pretty major thing. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.